Oh, I was having a little bit of technical difficulties, okay? But hey y'all, happy Wednesday. Glad to see y'all in the building. So nice to see everybody. It's Trending Topics Wednesday, and I'm glad you're here, okay? Let me just get my little self together over here. Had to fix my little technical problems, but it's nice to see y'all. I'm glad y'all in the building because we got stuff as usual to talk about. Yes, and so tonight our topic is, well, the name of our title is confusing situations. Confusing situations. We got stuff to talk about. Now, you know this Fani Willis and all the stuff she got into, her political trouble she got into, and she claimed her and her lover were no longer together. But then her pregnant daughter gets into trouble. She gets pulled over by the cops. She's driving on a suspended license. They arrested her. I mean, shameful. They arrested a pregnant girl, but what you gonna do? They arrested her. So mama comes down to the scene to see what's going on. And guess who right by her side? The man she claims she's no longer in a relationship with. Let me promise y'all this. There's no man that's going to have me lose my job and my career that I worked hard for. It's not going to happen. I don't care how much I love that man. I'll leave him on the side of the road first. Not about to lose everything I built over no man. Not going to do it. Not going to happen. But we're going to talk about that situation. Then we're going to talk about this young lady who had an altercation with two girls. See, here's the thing. Let me say this. When you in a situation, and let's say you arguing with somebody, and they decide they're going to start walking away. If you go after them and they're walking away from said situation, whatever you do from that point on, you're going to be in trouble. Why? Because the person was walking away. So these two girls was busting the windows out her car, slashing her tires. They're going back and forth with words. She had a pow-pow in her bag. She takes out the pow-pow. She gets the using it. One of the girls died. The other one survived. She is now arrested. 23, you messed up your whole life over what? Confusing situations. Then you got this Anna Wintour. Now, you know Anna, she the queen of fashion. Don't nobody get an invitation to that Met Gala unless it's approved by her. Queen of Vogue. And there's not a fashion model in this world that will dare say anything bad about Anna. Because you get blackballed. Well, guess who didn't give a darn? Naomi Campbell. She did not. So Anna made a joke how Naomi is always late. And Naomi snapped right back. You know what? It's time to rise rise up and claim who you are. If you want to get loose with your mouth, then I'm going to get loose with mine. That's what Naomi said. She wasn't playing those games with Anna. And the people were shocked. He was like, oh my God. She didn't say that about Anna, did she? But yes, she did. She said that. She said what she said. So we're going to get into it. It's called confusing situations. Now, the other night I said I was going to have my movie night. I think I said that on Monday night. I didn't get to have my movie night, so I still got to do my movie night. But if y'all saw Deliverance, let me know. I'm seeing mixed reviews on it. I'm seeing mixed reviews on Deliverance. Did not see it yet, but the other movie I wanted to watch, still didn't watch it yet. The Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat. I heard it was a really, really good movie. So maybe this weekend I'll get to watch and see both of them. But if you already watched them, let me know. So we're going to get into this. The title is Confusion Situations. Somebody put in the chat, hashtag confusing situations. I talk about this Fani Willis. Messed up her whole career over a man. Oh, major changes. Which one wasn't good? Deliverance? Really? So don't waste my time? All right, if you saying don't waste my time, all right, it wasn't good. All right. So, ladies, we got to rise up. You lost everything over a man. But I guess it was worth it because those two are still together. Even though they said in the court that they were not. But that's a whole nother story. But listen, guys, okay, we're going to do an express train tonight. We're going to at least try. But anyway, y'all know what I need in the chat, right? Because I'm about to bring the people on in the building. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Wednesday night trending topics, and we got things to talk about. And the title is called Confusing Situations. We got Fani Willis. She's on the docket. Talking about I'm no longer with the man, but the man comes with her to said situation to see about her daughter, okay? They was really trying to come to see if they could get the daughter out of trouble, but they had already handcuffed the daughter and took her down for booking. So mama and her man was a day late and $1 short. Then we got Naomi Campbell. You know that girl, she the queen. She the queen bee when it comes to fashion and that runway walk. And she's in her 50s. Still modeling, still doing her thing. She has 2 children now, and nobody going to tell her nothing, including Anna, okay? And then we got this girl, young lady, 23, life is done. Life is done. You unalive somebody. You injured somebody else. And why? For what? It's a shame. It's sad. But we're going to talk about it. I'm going to bring the people on in the building. Hold on one second. Hey, Julius.
Hey.
Hey, Felicia. So Felicia might be there. She in the background, busy. So we're going to get right into these stories, Julius. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get into this Fani Willis. We're going to start with her. You know, when your parents you're born into like a privileged situation, sometimes you just don't realize how privileged you are. So let me go ahead and share screen. But that daughter, she gonna know now, honey, because she pregnant and still got arrested. So let me just sometimes my little computer want to act up here. Let's do it. I don't know why that's spinning. So exclusive. Fani Willis and her ex-lover Nathan Wade turned up together on police body cam during pregnant daughter, I think what is that, Kayanya? Arrest in Georgia months after the Fulton County DA insisted they called it quits. These two can't get enough of each other, okay? They still together. They can say they called it quits all they want, but they're still together. And I guess, you know, you can show a little respect for that. I guess y'all ruined your careers, but I guess you're gonna do like what's that Amy from the news and TJ Holmes. You're going to stay together. Okay, so my internet's acting up a little bit. We're going to let it spin, and when it comes in, I will show it. So she has insisted their workplace romance is a thing of the past after it threw a groundbreaking prosecution of former President Donald Trump on election interference charges into disarray. Okay, still didn't come up there. All right, here's a commercial. Let's go. Hold on. And yet, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and ex-lover Nathan Wade looked remarkably like a couple as they were seen on recent body cam footage obtained by the Daily Mail. Okay, wait, is it coming up here? I don't know why this thing is acting up. Let's see if it do it. I think we're going to get into it now. I'm going to show the body cam footage. That's the daughter right there getting arrested. We might not be able to see it. I don't know why it's acting up. And the daughter?
A couple hours, probably. Mom, Dad, who was.
That's the mom and Nathan showing up. That's Fani and Nathan showing up.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
So,
Nice to meet you. What?
So, apparently,
Nice to meet you.
Apparently her license is suspended.
News to me. Okay.
For something. Doesn't tell us what for or why or where. Or that's something she's going to have to call DMV and find out. Right. Probably what happened, she had a speeding ticket, some kind of traffic infraction, never went to court, didn't take care of it. Right. That's the best guess. So she's gone over to Fayette County Jail, which is right in the Fayetteville Square. It's 145 Johnson Avenue. Yeah. Normally, I would say a couple hours is the process. It just depends on how busy they are and like that, okay? The driving on the suspended is basically a traffic citation. She's got to have her fingerprints done and picture taken, then she can make her bonds. You can pay it cash, use the bondsman, be 10%, whatever. They've got a list of people over there, too, that you can choose from and whatever. So the vehicle's registered to her. Okay. I don't know if it was on a flock hit or if the officer observed some kind of traffic infraction. It wasn't me. I didn't make traffic stop. He's already gone and got her going. Okay. So whatever the case may be, when you run the tag, it obviously gives us the vehicle information and the registered owner, and it's already in the.
Okay, y'all get the gist of it. I don't know why it's kind of acting up in the video. It's being choppy. But the gist of it is the daughter got arrested. The daughter is pregnant. Her license was suspended. They already took her away before her mom showed up. So they're just letting the mom know and Nathan know that, listen, she's going to get booked. Y'all could post bond. Y'all could go get her, and bail her out. But the reason why this really made news is because these two were 10 toes down that they were no longer together. And to get this footage of them on the body cam
system that has the invalid license, yeah. So upon that, we just verify that it is that person driving. Or stop the car first at that point. We don't have to know it's them. It's general assumption that the registered owner is the driver of the vehicle.
Okay, he keeps stopping. It's get on my nerves. I'm gonna stop playing. So,
if you stop and it's not, okay, have a nice.
All right, so we're gonna let that go. So she has insisted their workplace romance is a thing of the past after it threw her groundbreaking prosecution of former President Donald Trump on election interference charges into disarray. And yet, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and ex-lover Nathan Wade look remarkably like a couple as they are seen on recent police body cam footage obtained by DailyMail.com. The pair were filmed together at the scene of her pregnant daughter's August 24th arrest for allegedly driving with a suspended license. Our footage shows them arriving in a black Ford SUV before approaching a group of cops at the roadside in Tyrone, Georgia, with casually dressed Willis, 52, introducing herself to them as Fani. That's the daughter's mugshot. That's the daughter getting arrested there. Fani, thank you. The officers mistake the pair for the daughter's mom and dad, but Willis corrects them, describing 51-year-old Wade, who stepped down as her special prosecutor when their affair came under public scrutiny, as just a friend. Her daughter's older sister, Naya, 26, passenger in the siblings' silver Nissan Altima, had called their mom in the aftermath of the 7:03 p.m. arrest. By the time Willis and Wade pulled up, her daughter was already en route to the Fayette County Jail, 30 minutes south of Atlanta, on a misdemeanor charge of driving with a revoked or suspended license. Willis, a celebrated Democrat DA who shot to prominence after charging Trump with 41 criminal counts 1 year ago, does not criticize their decision in ensuing discussion, nor does she try to pull rank. News to me, okay. She's talking about when she heard that her daughter's license was suspended. She says calmly as they explain about the suspended license. She's wearing a black Scorpion Girl t-shirt and has a flashy heart-shaped locket around her neck. Wade, wearing a baseball cap and an Atlanta Hawks t-shirt, listens quietly before asking for more details about the initial stop. In a nod to her high-profile status, Willis tells the officers, obviously, don't put my address down. Y'all have my address. The rest of the world does not need to know. Okay, so she told them that. That's the daughter when she got stopped. For obvious reasons, an officer replies in a jovial tone, indicating he's well aware who the VIP parent is. Willis drives her daughter's car away from the scene while Wade hops back into the vehicle they arrived in. DailyMail.com exclusively revealed on Tuesday how the daughter was pulled over after cops spotted her using a cell phone behind the wheel. She stated that the reason for using her cell phone while operating the vehicle was due to her mother calling her related to her pregnancy, according to the police report. The Texas Southern University student told Officer Jacob Hell she was unaware her license was revoked on May 13, blaming a mix-up over unpaid Florida tickets. In body cam clips of her arrest, she is seen cooperating throughout. She doesn't make any attempt to use her mom's status as a DA to get off the charge. Are you arresting me? Can I tell me my sister? She replies politely as Hell puts her in cuffs. She was subsequently released from jail in order to attend the town of Tyrone Municipal Court for an October 24th arraignment, according to public records. So that's her getting arrested. That's her in the cell. You know, it was nice that she didn't actually try to use her mother's name for rape. Her arrest comes as a fresh blow to Willis, whose bid to see Trump go on trial ahead of November general election stalled because of her relationship with Wade. Willis secured a grand jury indictment against Trump and 18 others in August of last year, alleging that they broke Georgia's anti-racketeering law by trying to overturn the Peach State's general election results. His subsequent arrest memorably led to the first ever mugshot of a former U.S. president being released to the public. But a January court filing alleged that Willis had been having an improper clandestine relationship with Wade when she appointed him special prosecutor, throwing the case into chaos. Lawyers for former White House aide Mike Rowan argued that Willis, elected DA for Fulton County in January 2021, had benefited financially because her one-time lover used a portion of his $650,000 earning to take her on vacations. Willis admitted having a workplace romance with Wade, but said it had no bearing on the case. she told a furry misconduct hearing that it only began after he was hired and ended in 2023. She said it ended, but in the meantime, back in the ranch, it does still seem like these two are still together. I'm gonna stop there. You'll kind of get the gist of what went on here. Let me stop sharing the screen. Julius, what are your thoughts?
If they're together, they're together. You know, even when it officially came to light, okay, they went on a cruise together. Okay. There's been plenty of district attorneys that have done this before. And the only reason why this has came into the spotlight because she's prosecuting Trump. Because let me tell you, if that was a white man, this wouldn't be an issue. I'm just keeping it real. Like DAs have always done this. If they're in a relationship, listen, I am tapping into my Leo era tonight. If they are together, guess what? I love it for them. It's none of my business. They don't pay my bills. I am not pressed. I do want to commend Miss Fani. She came there as a parent. She did not push her status as the DA. And she was shocked to know that her daughter's license was not active. So I give her respect for that. Like I said, it's happened before, and it's not a shock to me. All district attorneys do it. I mean, whatever.
You saying everybody cheat?
Yup.
Not right here. We got to be careful out there, ladies. Listen, I ain't going to get got. No, I ain't. Nuh-uh. Wayne, you're up.
Diva, can you go to Katrina? Because I'm not sure about the topic.
No problem. Katrina,
Okay.
You're up.
Well, I got to follow behind Jules on this one. These people are gonna do what they want to do. They're grown. Like they said, the only reason why her relationship status came into play is because of the case that she got against you know who. And of course, she was Young Thug lawyer before she became the DA. But I do commend her daughter on handling it the way that she handled it. She handled it like she was an adult. She didn't put her mom in it. She didn't say, my mom's a DA. You call my mom, so you won't lock me up whatsoever. She knew she got those tickets. Maybe she forgot because, sometimes we do forget tickets sometimes. Sometimes. I'm not going to say all. Everybody do. But sometimes we make some mistakes. And, of course, if you don't pay those tickets, your license going to be revoked. And they going to take you to jail. I don't know about Florida, but I know definitely in Georgia, if you're driving around Georgia, you got a revoked license, you going to jail. And plus, you got to get a lawyer to even get out of jail. So she handled that in a very grown-up manner. And Fanny didn't come in there pushing her weight around to get the things dismissed. Maybe it'll be dismissed later. She won't get no points taken off her license. But they handled it like they was regular people. So I do commend her on that. Now, what her and this guy got going on, that's a whole different story. But like I said, I'm not in their bed, and they ain't in mine. So if that's what they want to do, that's what they do. I can't judge them on that. That's all I got, Diva.
I appreciate you. But Raheem, don't start no mess talking about, but why was Nate there? Nate was there because they still living together, sleeping together, and doing whatever
That's her
else.
baby. That's why he was there. That's her boo thing. And plus, I can't
Messy boots. But you know what, though? I mean, I guess if her reputation and all of that is worth it, I guess more power to her. It couldn't be me. Okay? Couldn't be me. But, that's what she want to do. That's what she doing. We're going to go ahead and roll into this next story.
Diva.
Yes.
Oh, I kind of get the gist of what's going on. one thing I'm glad she had, as far as her daughter, she handled that in the right way, because she's really high profile. But before she got with Wade, not got with Wade, she tried. He was not the first pick. Nobody else wanted it. She went to one of the white lawyers or whoever they were or judges. They were nobody. She couldn't get nobody. That's why she picked Wade. And I don't see nothing wrong with it. I mean, they're working for the same cause. I mean, what would be wrong with it? You look at on what is it? One of the shows where the husband and the wife. They got married. It was on the show and they got married. Okay, what is it? If this had been anybody, I won't say anybody else, but if she had been defending anybody else, it wouldn't have been a problem. But they trying to, he tried every little thing, whatever, and that was one of the things he went after was that he thought, and he didn't get on that. So he's not on the case. So what difference does it make?
Well, let me ask you this, Wayne. Should co-workers be sleeping together? Should married co-workers be sleeping with somebody in the office other than their spouse?
No, I don't think. Well, that's in any whether the co-workers anyway. You shouldn't be doing it. But it's happening. It happens. I kind of think, mind your business. I mean, it ain't hurting your bag. I don't hear who. I wouldn't care who's screwing who in the office. If it ain't messing with my paycheck, I don't give a good God, you know what. It ain't affecting me, so I don't really care. It's not my moral obligation to police people in the office or any place else.
Me either, Wayne. But the one thing that I can say is because they're working in that same office, people would think that even if she's not, they would think that he's getting special
Come
special
on
favors.
now.
I'm talking about the work job. I'm talking about the work job. He gets special favors.
Is he still working in
You know what
there?
I'm just saying?
No, they not working there, but it's still funny. She was calling.
I know, but he don't.
It
He's
ain't
off
like I
the
said.
case.
It ain't our business. But the other co-workers would think like, what he doing? What kind of favor she's getting? How much he getting paid? You know how they think.
Right,
Now
but
if they
he's
was
off the
gonna do that,
case.
keep it discreet. I'm just saying it ain't none of our business. But you know for yourself. If I worked in hospital, Diva worked in hospital, nurses and doctors, they do it all the time. But I'm just saying, they would think like what special favors he's getting. Like, is he gonna get this certain case, or am I gonna be put on this certain case? That's the only thing. But like I said, it ain't our business to know what's going on
But it
behind
has to
in
happen.
somebody's bedroom. But I'm just saying the reason why Diva was probably asking you that question, and I thought about it too, was because the other workers might think that he's getting special favors. Not some special favors at work, y'all. Special favors at work.
No, but the man did. He's not even on the case. Okay, I don't understand what the problem is. Okay, they said that if Fani wants to stay on the case, then he got to go. Okay, she let him go. Okay, so what's the problem? Did I miss something? I
I'm
don't
not
want to be
talking
going
about
up, but
that.
did I
I'm not
miss
talking. No,
something?
listen. I'm not talking
Did
about
she
that.
let him go? Did she let him go?
He was supposed to be off the case. That's what let him go. He's not on the case. That's what the deal was.
Yeah, he's off the case. He's off the
I
case
know.
with that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what we were saying like before, when people was going back saying that, like I said, none of this would have been brought up if Trump when she wasn't prosecuting him. None of that wouldn't been brought up because Trump even brought up talking about she was sleeping with Young Thug. Remember? But like I said, whoever she's doing or whatever,
Not
it ain't
Young
our business.
Thug.
But yeah, Young Thug. That's what you don't remember him telling that, saying that she was sleeping with the gang member, the drug. She was defending Young Thug before she became the DA. But what I'm saying is, she's at work, and by her having the position that she having, we're not saying that she's wrong or whatsoever, but people in the office might be saying like, what are he doing? Why are he getting this case? Why are he getting this amount of money? who she sleeping with, we don't
But
give
I
a
don't
darn.
think he worked in the office with her. They were both judges.
They both
I mean,
EAs.
I know he was a judge.
But like I said, I'm just saying how people look at it. We're not looking at it this way, but I'm just saying if I was working there and I see them going out together whatsoever and doing all this together, like, you know how people are. They're going to say, like, what favors he's getting. What's going on this day? You know, I'm just saying what case he's getting. Is he going to get
In
the
this
better case?
case,
Is he
I
going to
don't
get a
think
raise up?
nobody. In this case, I don't think nobody had a problem with it, but Trump. That's all.
They had a problem with it because they the one that snitched her out. That was the shit. The
They
co-workers,
did snitch on her. They did snitch on her.
they snitched her out. That's how Trump knew, because they snitched her out. I forgot the lady name. She was a black woman. I forgot her name. But they
Yeah,
was the one that snitched.
Katrina. It's called black on black crime.
There you go, girl.
Yeah, another sister snitched her out.
Another
I forgot
sister
her
snitched
name
her out.
too.
I forgot her name, but she was the one that snitched her out. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like they feel like he was getting special treatment. I get what you're saying, Wayne. We on the same
But did
page.
he
So there's
work? I
no
mean,
big.
did he work in the office with her?
I don't know. She was the one that said that he was sleeping around while he was married. Listen. I'm just giving you the justice of the thing. And
Oh,
you know,
wait,
by him working.
hold on. Barbara said it was his wife. Oh, I didn't realize that.
I know it
Oh,
was a black
But
lady.
they was in it. They was in the divorce. They was in separation or in the divorce or in the process of getting divorced. They wasn't together.
Listen, you know what? It's messy. And thank you, Barbara. If the wife told, I ain't mad at the wife, whether they was getting a divorce or whatever. You wait till you get a divorce and then you go and do whatever it is you're going to do and not do. Yeah, he did have a wife. He had a wife. Now, see, I thought the way the story went is he claimed he was getting a divorce or it was estranged. I didn't know if they was really estranged, him and the wife.
I still don't see. I mean,
he was doing the Tevin Campbell. Can we talk?
Now, where Increase Matters is saying he was divorced. Okay, I gotta look it up more. I didn't think he was divorced. I thought that was part of the problem too. I thought that neither one of them was divorced. That's what I remember. Neither one of them was divorced. See, they say yes, they were separated. Yeah, but I thought neither one of them was divorced, but both claimed they were separated and about to get a divorce, but they were not divorced. That's the way I remember this story. Yes, Raheem, it's all messy. And Eugene said him and his wife wasn't together. Okay, so you know what? Let's do this. Either way, though, their relationship was messy.
We can agree.
And it shouldn't have happened the way that it happened. And I could have sworn she said that their relationship was over. But here he shows up at the scene with her.
Well, obviously, he's still knocking the boots.
He is. But we're going to move on. And I
y'all
hope
messy. Y'all talking about they messy. Y'all messy. He talking about knocking the boots. Y'all messy. Leave these people alone. They 3 times 7 and some, and they can do what they want to do.
But Wayne is not us.
I had to let that last one out.
Listen, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. I hope the daughter gets her license situation together. And Fani, whatever, she came to the scene shaking hands. Yeah. Don't put my address on there. Your address has to go on the report like anybody else's address. Y'all need to know, but not the public. Girl, bye. We can follow the breadcrumbs because your man is driving your car home and you're going to drive your daughter's car to the same home. And y'all claim y'all wasn't together no more. Let's move on. I gotta move on to the next story. The next story is pretty sad because these young girls are arguing. You know, here's the thing. I always told my son, walk away. It will never be worth it. Walk away from these arguments. Don't engage in these arguments because now people don't know how to just argue. They end the argument by doing something crazy. And that something crazy usually involves a weapon. And it's sad. Wait, hold on. Lakeisha giving us the information before I move on. Diva, the saddest part is the black lady who told we told tearing each other down to get up to the top exactly what the whites want. Yeah, it was a sister. I do know it was a sister that told. I didn't know if it was his wife. I know a sister told, dimed them out. But that's how we do each other. All right, so let me get into this next story. Hold on one second. Where is it? Here it is. I'll show this piece and then I'll read a little bit more into the story. Let's see if I could. Let's hope my internet will play it. Okay, let's play.
This story may be disturbing. Now, this is what the suspect, Akira Fletcher, posted on Facebook on Friday afternoon. She included 2 videos. One of them shows the shots that would end up being fatal. Fletcher tagged Local 12, giving her account of what happened. By the next morning, she was booked into jail.
Hit me again.
4 shots, 1 woman dead, another injured, and the woman recording in jail. And this video will likely be part of the evidence against Akira Fletcher. This was the crime scene on the early morning of July 12th. Police taping off an SUV with a flat tire surrounded by shattered glass in the middle of a parking lot where 2 women were shot on Reading Road in Avondale. Fletcher says these were the moments leading up to the shooting.
You going to jail? I don't give a.
The woman in pink is 29-year-old Naima Norton. Fletcher was recording when she allegedly shot Norton and another woman also seen in the video. Norton died 6 weeks later. The fatal confrontation playing out on Fletcher's phone.
I have a gun in my purse. They trying to make me out the car. She's busting my window again.
In her Facebook post, Fletcher claims she was being, quote, attacked by Norton. At one point, Norton appears to be holding a knife and then a rock.
I don't give a. They're going to jail. She just threw another rock at me, as you can see. She's slashing my tires.
Eventually, the 2 women begin walking away, but Fletcher gets out of the car and is heard threatening them before they walk back toward her.
You should be happy. You don't get clapped. You should be happy you don't get clapped.
That recording stops as Fletcher starts to move her car. The next video begins with Fletcher's window shattered and Norton approaching her car. It ends with gunshots and Norton on the ground. A complaint filed in Hamilton County Municipal Court shows there was an ongoing beef between Norton and Fletcher. In May, Norton was accused of pointing a gun at Fletcher and threatening to shoot her. Both women were due in court for that case tomorrow. Kyle.
The task force report lists several actions that Cincinnati leaders can take to try and provide some relief to homeowners who saw their property tax bills jump.
So, Cincinnati, a 23-year-old woman is accused of pow-powing 2 women in late July during an altercation in Avondale. 29-year-old Naima Norton was one of those women who was shot. She died 6 weeks after the shooting. The night before being arrested, Fletcher posted 2 videos on Facebook. One of the videos showed the shots that would end up being fatal. Fada tagged Local 12 in the post and wrote a caption sharing her account of what happened on July 12th in a parking lot on Reading Road. The video is likely to be used as evidence against her. Fletcher was recording when she allegedly shot Norton and another woman, which is seen in the video. The fatal confrontation played out completely on Fletcher's phone. I have a pow-pow in my purse, said Fletcher. In a Facebook post, Fletcher claimed that she was being attacked by Norton. At one point, Norton appeared to be holding a knife and then a rock. Fletcher claimed that Norton slashed her tires. Eventually, Norton and the other woman began walking away, but Fletcher gets out of the car and is heard threatening them before they walk back towards her. This is where I think she's going to really get into a lot of trouble because they were walking away and then she got out and they came back. It's just very sad. You should be happy you don't get clapped. You should be happy you don't get clapped, Fletcher said. The recording stopped as Fletcher started to move her car. The next video begins when Fletcher's windows shattered and Norton approaching her car. It ends with pow-pows and Norton on the ground. A complaint filed in Hamilton County Municipal Court showed that there was an ongoing beef between Norton and Fletcher. In May, Norton was accused of pointing a pow-pow at Fletcher and threatening to pow-pow her. Both women were due in court for that case on Tuesday. Police said that the other woman survived her injuries. Fletcher is being held without bond. Very sad situation. I don't know what these two young ladies were fighting over, but now one is gone. Another one was injured, and the 23-year-old is behind bars and facing unaliving charges and then some. Julius, your thoughts?
Was it worth it? I have family members who are gone that I wish I could see their faces again. Y'all were probably arguing over some not good vitamin D that has y'all both going out of your minds. That took this fatal turn. It's not worth it. Because I just have a feeling it's over a man. I ain't fighting no man. If a man is gonna cheat on me, he gonna cheat. There's no stopping a cheater. Just like if a woman cheats on a man, right? If a woman cheats on a man, she gonna cheat. There's no stopping a cheater. It's not worth to take a life. This is what you do. You look in the mirror. How can I fix myself to be a better me? You have a good cry about it. You pray about it. You find a very good therapist that can help you. How can I be a better me? I'm not saying take blame because you have nothing to take the blame for, but it is not worth it to really lose your peace, lose your freedom over a whack man. And I have a feeling this is what this is over. And the other young lady, she can't come back.
Can't come back.
Because of choices that she also partook in. You can't come back. Now two families are aching, my baby, my baby. Two mamas. Three families. Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you for the correction. 3 mamas are crying, my baby, my baby, my baby. For what? Pettiness and ridiculousness. Miss me with the foolery.
I appreciate you, Julius. And someone in the chat said it, and you are correct. Once they started to walk away and she got out the car saying what she would do to them, I think 48 said that. I still see it here. When she got out the car and started threatening them, that she would clap them, it becomes taunting, not self-defense. She is going to prison. And by her own video, by her own darn video, 100%. It is no denying of what actually happened. Although we may not know all the details, there's some important details that we do know from her own video. They were walking away and she said something, and that's when they came back. I feel for her, but I do believe, like you, 48, she's going to get locked up for a long time. Katrina, you're up.
Yeah, the only way that she won't is she plead temporary insanity. But as they was walking away, you was out of danger. You was in your car. You was out of danger. And I really don't understand if they was fighting over a man or whatsoever, because I don't know why women do that. Simply because the reason is one gonna end up in a casket somewhere. The other one gonna end up in jail somewhere, and the man gonna be free to go with whoever he want to go with. So why would you even fight over a person that going to be with another person? Because obviously he's no good no way. Because if he got two of y'all, that letting you know that his heart is not pure to be with just you. So why would you even put yourself in that situation to fight over a man? Find another one. Because obviously he was looking for somebody else if he was cheating on you, which I don't know if they was fighting over a man, but I'm just saying in general. Why do they fight over men? And because you don't see too many men fighting over women. You might have a couple, but you don't see too many. And the thing of it is, these people get to these pow-pows too easily. We had 4 people off today in Georgia, a school pow-powing. I was in the military, and I don't think that I could pow somebody. But like if I said, if it's self-defense, or if I had to, that's my life in danger, yes, I could do it. But these people do it just like stepping on an ant, and it doesn't mean anything to them. Like they don't even have a conscience. Like I can do this and go on by my business. I don't know where their heart at. I don't know where their conscience is at. I just don't understand. And they acting the way they acting. They should have never even had a pow in the first place because they mentally wasn't there to even have a pow. You're supposed to use those responsibly. And these people are not using them responsibly because they letting any and everybody get them, even if they steal them, even if they get they selling them on the streets, or either they can walk into a pawn shop and get them if they're of age. And they're not looking at this wisely. And like you said, 3 families is messed up over what? Over what? Bull crap. Over bull crap. There was nothing that you didn't pow my mama. You didn't break into my house. You didn't do nothing of that. But now you ain't got yourself in this situation, girl. If you got to have a really good lawyer, but baby girl, by you getting in that car, they're going to say you was out of danger. You put yourself back in that danger. So it's up in the air with that. Good luck to them. I'm sorry for the family. Condolences to all of them because all of them were acting stupid and foolish. It's a sad situation.
It's very
I'm
sad.
done. I'm done, Diva. I'm done.
Yeah, it's very sad. But see, the other problem is they slashed this girl tires. They broke her window. While she was recording, though, the other part is why didn't she just dial 911?
And
It's
that's what the police gonna say. Why didn't you call? Why did you go out there? Even though you got them on, you got the footage, girl. You got the footage. All you had to do was call 911. They didn't want to pay, take them to court. Folks could gonna share their jobs or whatever kind of income they got in. I don't know if they was working or not, but I would have went that route. Yeah, I can understand somebody busting my windows out, slashing my tires and all that. Yes, I would be mad too, and I wouldn't know what to do in that situation either if I didn't have my mind together. Maybe when I back in my younger days when I used to fight a lot, I probably would have did it. But the thing of it now, when you get older and you sit back and you see stuff, you have to reflect. Because see, you can't act first and then think about it later. Because see, like right now, they did that action and wasn't thinking, and now look at the situation. And it's sad that they had to go out there and mess with the car. They was destroying her property. Therefore, all you had to do is call the police or whatsoever. They would have came out, assessed it, maybe arrested them, did something like that. But no, everybody want to handle things on their own, and some things you can't handle on your own. You got to let somebody else do it for you. As they say, let the white people do it for you. But now look at the situation she's in now, when she could have just called the police and had this situation handled a different type of way. That's all I got, Diva.
Yeah, it's so many things that went wrong in this situation. And although they were taunting her and started with her, is not looking good. And I really, really feel bad for her. And unfortunately, and I feel bad for the girl who's not here now. Y'all was taunting her for what? She may get some sort of break because the girl she had a history with this girl that wasn't good, and the girl was the aggressor the last time, so her lawyer has some leg to stand on. It's going to be interesting how this all plays out, but again, I don't understand why she didn't hit 911. Wayne, your thoughts?
Hold on, Wayne. Somebody in the chat said they was fighting over lashes. Were they playing or they just being for? Are they playing?
No, I think she said they wasn't fighting over lashes, but go
Oh, okay,
ahead.
okay.
Wayne, your thoughts?
Ooh, I don't see it like y'all do. First of all, if they go into court the next day, I think the last people they want to be in touch with is the police officers. Okay, and they both sound like they thugs, both of them. But if I heard it correctly, the girl that shot pow-powed somebody was the car. Its tires were slashed and all that. Okay, the same way y'all say, when people say she shouldn't have got out because she wasn't in danger. Well, and they were walking away. The same way they didn't have to turn back around. Just because she said she had a pow-pow. Okay? And if that was the case, then they should have backed up if they feared for their life. But no, didn't they go on to hit the girl's car and splat, whatever, and the girl had a knife? Did I hear that? That she had a knife? Okay. So you're gonna tell me she can't get out of her car to look at the damage or see what? They should have kept it. They should have kept on walking. No, but they bad. And they turned back around. So she didn't step out the car with her pow-pow drawn and pow-pow them as they were walking away. No. They came back and engaged. So I think a good lawyer will get her off. If that's what I saw, I think a good lawyer would get her off. They both had mouths. Okay. And either way, this was probably inevitable. Whether it would have been she on the other foot, somebody was eventually going to get hurt.
This was I see the way you seen it, Wayne, but this was not self-defense. Self-defense would have been when she was sitting in a car initially doing the recording and they were slashing the tires or whatever the case may be, and then at that point they would have busted in and tried to actually physically touch her. What she would have did at that point would have been self-defense. But they did what they did, they said what they said, then they started to walk away. And she got back in her car. I mean, she got out of her car and said, y'all lucky y'all didn't get clapped.
And they should have kept on walking. But they turned back around. Why did they turn back around? They should have kept on walking. Sometimes you just keep your mouth shut and keep on going, and she might have got back in her vehicle.
Flip that, Wayne. Don't flip that. Just like you saying they shouldn't have turned back, then she should have never got out the car and taunted them to come back.
You can taunt all you want. They didn't have to come back. She got out of her car. Can't nobody stop her from getting. They shouldn't have turned back. If they hadn't turned back around.
So Wayne, we got to talk though for a minute, Wayne. Wayne, I get out the car. You did what you did to me. I get out the car. You walking away, I get out the car. Now I'm talking about you lucky, this, that. You lucky you didn't get clapped because I got a pow-pow. You already know they off their rocker because you had an altercation with them previously that you were supposed to go to court for in 2 days. So you already know the beast you dealing with. And you want to get out the car and taunt them? Her lawyer ain't getting her off of this, y'all.
Did the other girl come back with a knife? Did I hear somebody had a knife?
She did have a knife because she was stabbing the tires and she had a rock and they broke her window. So let me ask you this. At what point should you have not called the cops?
Yeah, she should have did all of that. But they didn't have to turn. Hold on. They did not have to turn back around and come back. They would still be alive.
But I'm saying, what was her keys? She's sitting in the car. Where was her keys?
But they slashed her tire. But they slashed her tire.
I still would have drove off on them. You still drive that car out the way. I would have still, but they was out there slashing my tires. I'm sitting in the car and they slashing my tires. I would have drove on over.
Diva, you got Diva. That's the thing of you got two people like, I ain't scared to die. Shoot me. Why would you, if somebody said, I got a pow-pow, and you don't have a pow-pow, why would you walk back towards somebody that has a pow-pow? Why?
Well,
she didn't get out her vehicle.
I'm gonna move on for your 1.2 seconds, and I'm gonna say this, right? Let me ask you this. So, they They came back and you did it. You did you did the pow pow. How many times do you got to do it? It was more than one pow pow.
You never know.
Oh my God.
If she felt her life was in danger.
Hold on one second. Walter, the link is pinned to the top, but I'm gonna drop it back in the chat for you. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. So hold on, 48. Thank you for the super chat. It would have made sense for her to up the heat when she was in the car. Come on, 48. That would have made more sense. And they busting out your windows with her in it. Now that's self-defense. Yes. But she waited till they walked away and called them back. That's where the problem is. Thank you, 48, for your super chat. I appreciate you.
The problem is they didn't have to come back.
Wait,
that's as simple as that. But David, they did not have to come back. I'm not saying anybody's writing this. I'm just saying they did not have to come back. They could have kept on walking. They already slashed the woman's tires. They already did whatever they did, you know. But she walked back, and she walked back with a weapon. She had a knife. If it had been a cop, they would have done the same thing. I'm just saying that she shouldn't have walked back, especially if she didn't have, you know, they say don't bring a knife to a pow fight.
First of all,
she didn't have shit to come back.
Wayne, at what age can you go get this pow? She's 23.
What do you mean? What age? What?
So you could get one at 18. She's 20. She was 20. She's 23. You allowed to have a pow at 23?
I guess it depends on the state, because here you could have one and you don't even need a permit no more.
That's terrible. Well, that's
in Florida. Yeah, DeSantis passed that, the most dumbest bill. You don't even need you don't need none of that. It don't stop you from doing it. You can even have it, but maybe she had it for protection, you know. But all I'm saying is that, and if anybody got any kids like this, what you need to do, tell them a good runner is better than a dead stand. Keep on getting up. When she said she had a pow, they should have just kept on going, not even turn back around. But you're bad. Mm-hmm. You bad. You go for bad and you go back. Why? You should have just kept going. It wasn't like she got out her vehicle and pow them as they were walking away. No, they came back. They had a weapon. I could be wrong. That's just the way I say. In my opinion, you know, y'all know how opinions are.
Hold on, Mr. Hobson, you're in the building. What are your thoughts on this situation?
Good evening, everybody. I'm thinking, like Wayne might have said, I think with a good attorney, she probably could get off. But if you're just asking me, she had enough footage, because I believe there's more footage, obviously, than what we saw.
Right.
Usually in the media, we just get a soundbite of what the actual footage was. But then I thought about it as well. She couldn't move, obviously, because her tires were slashed. I think she had enough footage to just hang up that phone and call the police.
Come on now.
And then also, you can't be the victim, or you can't be in danger and the aggressor, if that makes sense.
Yes, like, come on, you talking my language right now. Talk to the people.
Right. I mean, and that's gonna be a hurdle in court that she's gonna have to get over or try to move past, because they're gonna probably be like, well, ma'am, what I just said. Yeah, you were the victim. Like, we all saw it. You were the victim. Property being damaged, everything. You were in danger. But in just my opinion, you had enough footage, however much footage there is, before we saw the pow, if that makes sense. I would have personally hung up that phone and called the police. And then two things would have happened. They would have either fled, or they would have stood 10 toes down and waited for the police. I doubt it. And then now you have a lawsuit, and now you have charges you can file against them: destruction of property, possible assault, or whatever. But it's gonna be hard for her to prove, like, okay, with God's grace, I'm looking at it like that. Like, it's gonna be a hurdle she's gonna have to climb, because they're gonna really lean on the fact that, okay, once they noticed, we all saw that, I guess it was starting to de-escalate meaning they were walking away. I personally would not have gotten out my car. I wouldn't have stood up through the sunroof or rolled the window down. When I was just in danger, just my opinion, saying, hey, you lucky you didn't get clapped, I wouldn't have said nothing. What I would have said was I'd have been on my phone calling the police.
Come on now. So let me tell you what else the prosecutors are going to say. They're going to say that she knew she had a court date coming up on Tuesday. She already filmed this on her own phone. Tuesday, her case would have been a slam dunk by saying, look, not only did that incident before happen, but this girl saw me again. She taunted me. She slashed my tires. She bust the windows out my car. And I got it here on video. This is an uphill battle for her. And it's going to be a struggle. The struggle is going to be real. And I mean, I don't care what lawyer she got. The struggle is going to be real. And it's going to be real by her own evidence, by her own hands, by her own phone. If I would have never saw that they were walking away, it would have been the word of her and the girl that actually lived. This girl struggled in the hospital for 6 weeks and then she died.
Dang.
When that girl pulled that pow, she kept letting loose. And trust and believe that's going to be part of it. At some point, and I don't know how many times this girl got a pow in her, but at some point that girl was down, and I believe girlfriend was still releasing off.
And you know what? Wayne made a point. Like, okay, they did walk away and they returned. Mm-hmm. Now you're reenacting the threat. I get that. But when it comes down to it in court, gun versus a rock. There you go.
Pow. Say pow.
I'm sorry, pow versus a rock.
Right. Yep. But how about this though? Again, the other piece that's going to sink her is she was supposed to go to court for this girl being an aggressor on her before. That court date was Tuesday. You have footage. I will argue as a prosecutor, she should have called the cops and she could have brought that footage to court with her on Tuesday and something would have happened to this girl. You called her back.
Also, I want to know, like, just out of the blue, like, was it just a coincidence y'all was in that parking lot or in that area together, or like, I would, if I was a fly on the wall, I would love to know that, like, cause
that's problematic too, right?
Yeah, it's like, how did y'all coincidentally end up in this situation, knowing y'all got the court date the next? Yes, it's lots of layers to this situation. It's lots of layers.
Lots of layers. And something was going on, and I'm not saying together with the girls, but there's some connection that these girls were going back and forth with each other like that. And like you said, you bring up a very good point. It wasn't just, I don't believe, happenstance that they were all there together. And tires start to get slashed, and so she was parked. They happened to catch you in an area, you was parked. This is messy. It's messy. And then she wanted to tag the news. She thought she was doing something. Mm-hmm. So that means you did not even get a lawyer quick enough, because your lawyer would have told you that's a bad idea. She thought she was so much in the right that she wanted to tag the news and post the video herself on Facebook. Come on. You have got to be dumb, stupid, or both. So before you even speak to a lawyer, and they arrested her after she dropped her own footage. Who told her she was in the right? This is a mess. Anybody else before? Yeah, walk away. Walk away.
Wayne, I see what you're saying. But the thing of it is, all this would have been avoided if she would just, I know she probably had a lapse of what do you call it, temporary insanity or whatsoever, because everything was done to her. But she should have just stayed in that car.
Yep.
Her life would have been totally different. I know what you're saying, that other ones should have came back or anything like that, walking back on her. But I think if she would have stayed in that car, if they would have came back on her and tried to attack her that way while she's back in the car, then it would have been another situation. but she got out the car and they was walking up towards her. She should have just stayed in her car. But I see what you're saying too. I see their side on that too. But I'm thinking, Wayne, she should have just stayed in the car, man.
She
Would
could
have
be
been
meeting
totally
that.
different.
She could be. She could be meeting that girl in court tomorrow if she had
There
just
you go.
walked away.
That's true too. They could have walked away too. But like you said,
That's what
when
I'm talking
people are
about. That
heated like
girl,
that, I'm
instead of
just saying
turning back
people are
around,
heated like that
she
in
could
a
have meeting that
situation.
girl in court the next day.
But I'm just
You know,
saying, it's heated like that, and you're in a situation. But the thing of it is, somebody had to be an adult. That's what I'm saying. Neither one of them needed a pow pow because they got the sense of a 5-year-old. Well, 5-year-old is a little
but
smarter
that's
than
a
that.
different. Now
But what
that's
I'm
another
saying
story.
is,
People, these weapons are out of control.
that's
Everybody
what I'm
knows that.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But either way, if she would have stayed in that car, she wouldn't be in the trouble that she's in right now. And yeah, they shouldn't have came back. But she should have just stayed in the car knowing she got a court date the next day. And then that's like the what's that Aubrey guy that was running in Georgia. The man showed the footage, and the reason why all of them went to jail, he thought he was doing something, showing the footage as the guy was running through Georgia with they pow, and he showed the footage on them. And that's how they got in jail. That Facebook messing up a lot of people.
What
He
it
doing
did,
stuff.
Katrina. What happened was he showed it. He shared it with somebody on there, I believe. Then
Yeah,
that's
and
how it got
they
out.
got it. Yeah. But I'm saying you recording. That's what I'm saying. Everybody want to record everything that's going on. You recorded, and now you
I
recorded
think it's
that, and now
wonderful.
you locked
I
up.
think it's wonderful.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that
I
was
think it's
good on
wonderful.
that point.
For
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, that was good on that point. But what I'm just saying is, if he would have never had that footage, even though we know what they did was wrong, but if he would have never had that footage and sharing that footage, none of them would be in jail, well, prison. But I'm glad that he did do that way because God worked in mysterious ways. But what I'm saying is, if he would have never had that footage, he would have never been in jail. That's what I'm saying.
If she never had that footage, she wouldn't have seen them girls walking away and coming back.
She messed her own self up though. She did. She messed up her own self. She messed up her own self because they was walking away and she said something. She antagonized them, so they gonna come back. So you
But
engaging
that's
in the
their fault.
foolishness. But she
That's
was
their
engaging,
fault.
Wayne. She engaged in the foolishness. All she had to do was stay in the car. If you're not
All
engaging
they
with people,
had
they
to do
walking
was
away.
keep on walking. All they
I
had to
know
do was
that, but
keep
I'm
on
saying
walking.
you already know it's heated, Wayne. So why would you engage that in more? If you in the car, they walking away. Handle the thing in court tomorrow. That's what I'm saying.
It takes two to tango.
Okay, Wayne, I get you.
All
I'm
right.
listen, Diva. That's why we got
Listen,
a
we're gonna
Okay,
move.
Lady Kate.
Yeah. Listen, we're gonna move on, and I will stay connected to this story and let you know the outcome. The best I could pray for this young lady is that as a first time person offender, maybe she'll get cut some slack, but they're going to stick it to her. They're going to stick it to her. And when I say stick it to her, they're going to stick it to her. One, why didn't you call 911? Two, when the danger walked away, why did you get out and antagonize them more? Three, you had your own footage and you knew you had to go to court 2 days later. Why didn't you just take that footage and go to court? Four, why didn't you try to drive off on the stabbed up tires to get away from them? It's messy, and I feel bad for her. At 23, she's going to be in jail or prison or wherever with some hardcore criminals, all because what? Her emotions got to her. And you know what? I'm telling you, like you said, Mr. Hobson, there's something more to this story. How did these three girls end up in the same place at the same time? And they got beef. And I wonder if they was coming at her because one, they was saying, you know, because of you, we got to go to court on Tuesday. It's a lie. It's sad and it's a lie. I'm going to go ahead and roll into this last story. If you're into fashion, then you know about Anna Wintour, okay? Anna Wintour is the queen for the Met Gala. You can't get a ticket in. You can't just wear what the heck you want. You can't do anything when it comes to Vogue fashion unless you go through Anna. Anna thought it was funny to make a joke about Naomi Campbell, saying that, you know what, she's always late. Naomi did not take kindly to it. We're going to look at it really quick. Let's hope my thing will play and not act up. Oh, shoot.
this internet. It's super fast. I downloaded 8 true crime shows during our last video call.
I'll wait till this ad goes through so I can skip it. Okay, I don't know why this thing is acting up today. My thing is just not being happy, my internet. I was going to show you the piece where she actually talked about it. Let's see. No, this is I don't know why it's acting up like this. So we'll go ahead. I'll just read the story to y'all since it doesn't wait here. Let's see.
It wasn't my choice to have the other lady. I'd much rather have this. Important that I was here today.
Just stop that. So we're gonna stop that ad there. Let me just go ahead and read to y'all here a little bit of what happened. So, fashionably late. Anna Wintour called out Naomi Campbell for often being late to fashion's Roll fashion show and style awards. On Tuesday night, the editor-in-chief of Vogue 74 threw a little shade when she took to the stage to present the supermodel 54 with the Fashion Icon Award in Harlem, New York. I'm a very punctual person. This is what Anna is saying. And I have the honor of presenting tonight to someone who is often late, she said as the crowd laughed. That's Anna right there. TMZ reported that Wintour was so annoyed with Campbell's tardiness that she actually left the event after her speech wrapped. At the second introduction from Harper's Bazaar editor-in-chief, Samira, Campbell took to the stage and threw a little jab back at Wintour. It's so important that I'm here today, and I'm honored to be here in Harlem. Everything's going to work out the way it's going to work out. It wasn't my choice to have the other woman, she said, referring to Wintour. I'd much rather have this, the mama too added, gesturing to Samira. As the crowd gasped, Campbell said she had to speak her truth because she's always been unapologetically truthful. Later in Campbell's speech, she still praised Wintour for supporting her career when she was just a teen. So she shaded her, she supported her. Okay. We must still thank you, Anna Wintour, as she did take the time to come here and give me the award, even though I wasn't here, Naomi said. So thank you, Anna, for your support in my career from 1987, meeting a young Black girl from South London in British Vogue offices and taking a chance and giving me a shot, she added. And so I thank you for your influence and your continuing support in pushing fashion forward also. And Naomi has been known to arrive fashionably late to events. In 2022, Page 6 exclusively reported that the runway model arrived over 90 minutes late to an exclusive dinner hosted by Snapchat founder Evan Spiegel and British Vogue editor-in-chief Edward during the Cannes Lions International Festival of Creativity. Sources at the dinner exclusively told us that Naomi strutted into the nighttime dinner with sunglasses on and an entourage of security behind her. A rep for the Star alum told Page 6 she decided to attend the dinner at 7 p.m. the night after originally planning not to go. So let me say this. In general, it is very disrespectful to consistently be late to places. It is not fair. It is not right. It's not right to the host. It's not right to the people that is given the event. I believe, I do run late sometimes to places, but I do believe that, have respect, show up on time. Wayne, your thoughts?
I agree. Not only is it disrespectful, but people have other things to do, other obligations, and a lot of money is put out. And when you get known for that, it's like people almost expect it. Like Anna was saying, that she's known to be late. So that's how you're known. you know, she gonna be late. So I don't know. I mean, it's not professional. I know she's a good model. She, you know, earned all of that, but that doesn't look good. It doesn't look professional. And people, you know, kind of look down on you. They look at your craft and think your craft is great, but you as a person, they turn their nose up to you. I'm done.
Thank you. Katrina, your thoughts?
Diva, come back to me. Come back to me.
No problem. Mr.
Okay.
Hobson, your thoughts? Are you there?
Can you hear me? I
Yes,
had it on mute. I'm sorry.
you're fine.
Like I said, being known for being fashionably late is not cute at all, Naomi. I'm just saying for anybody. My thing is I'm a very punctual person, and my thing is you have to be mindful of the people that are there and people's time. Point blank, period. I don't care where you're supposed to be on time. And I don't like the fact that I feel like certain people on this earth feel like or actually get a pass for being late. That don't fly with me. Like, and then my thing is this. I'm not going to invite anybody that I know is going to be late. That's my thing. I know she was being honored, but if I'm like inviting you to my party or whatever, and I know you're going to be late, I'm probably not going to invite you. I know some people are like, well, that's kind of messed up, but I mean, I'm very punctual on time. Like, I don't play about time. Like, I tell my employees, like, punctuality is everything. Let me say it again. Punctuality is everything. And you have to be mindful of other people, like especially like, girl, they waiting on you.
That part.
They waiting on you. And my thing is, and then you put yourself in a position. Okay, you're so late, people leave, and then you put them in a position to like get online, talk crap about you or whatever. Like just be mindful, Naomi. Just be on time. I'm like, she knows she can do better. I hope. I don't know.
I know. I hear you, but I agree with you on that. But you know, Miss Mobetta, I like this. Great opportunities can be missed by being late.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Amen to that. Yes. Julius, your thoughts?
What is Naomi on? The same thing as Lauryn Hill being late to everything? Goodness me. Being late is not cute. Especially with other people's money on the line. Let's keep it real. When other people invest their money, guess what? You do what they say. You ain't in control. You ain't in charge. You do what they say. That's how it go. She need to pull the stick out her behind, arrive on time, and then she'll get the opportunities that she wants. Stop shading people because of your actions. That's how you lost this latest opportunity with Wintour. Because of your actions. Girl, bye.
I appreciate you. Katrina, are you ready?
Yeah, Diva. Being late is not a nice thing to be. The only thing that I'm saying about Anna Wintour is how she treated Andre. What was it? That Sally,
I know you
the
talking.
designer. You know, Tally. How she treated him. So
Tally.
yeah. So by her saying Naomi was fashionably late, but look how you treated a man that worked for you all those years. So how can you be biased against one thing and look at the things that you're doing because you Anna Wintour? But that still don't give you the right to treat people the way you treat them, but then you want other people to show you respect. Respect is given both ways.
Amen.
So yes, Naomi was late or whatsoever, but look how you treated somebody else. So I'm with both sides, but still, she got faults of her own. That's all I got to do.
Well, let me. I kind of know more about this story with him, right?
Andre.
So, let me say this, and I'm not saying who's right, who's wrong, but let me tell you the story behind him. So when he worked for Anna really believed in him. Anna supported him to no end. Anna sent them to and not forced, but because she said how the fashion industry is kind of biased towards bigger people, and he was an icon in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
Anna helped him and sent him to obesity camp. I'll say that. Like she helped them in that, so to speak, or whatever. So she did stand by him and give him a lot in his career, right? Helped him a lot. They were really, really close and good friends. So at one point, and I'm gonna fast forward the story a little bit, he wanted to go over to, I believe, and don't quote me on where, but I believe it was Italy, right? And he thought he was going to get a big job out there and kind of be the Anna over there. Wherever it was he went, he got the job. But unfortunately, when they found out that he was who he was, I'll say that, follow along with me, they didn't tolerate that particular situation where he went. And they shunned him and they did not want him. So then he had to come back to the States, right? So, but when he came back to the States, because he wrote a book, let me tell y'all this too, and this is just my opinion. Just like you should never go on a job interview and trash your last employer, I don't think it's advisable to trash your employer in a book. He wrote a book and he trashed Anna, right? And see, what we have to understand, because you see what Naomi did, even though she went back at Anna Wintour about that late comment, she did have to give her credit, and she gave her credit. She said, listen, you took a chance on me. When you saw this young model at British Vogue, who, whatever, you took a chance on me. And then she acknowledged what Anna has done for the fashion industry. Sometimes you got to know when to open your mouth, when to shut your mouth, and when to let something go, right? And so with him, with Andre, he trashed her in a book that he wrote. And that was pretty much the downfall of him in his fashion career, so to speak. When he died, he did not own the home that he lived in. Somebody ripped him off. That's a whole nother story in and of itself. And he struggled. He struggled to get a really another high-paying job in the industry after shading the queen of fashion, so to speak, right? So my thing is that you're never going to experience something where somebody is all good, but you do have to say to yourself, it's like that song. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run, because you have to figure out strategically, is it worth me publicly saying blah, 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 blah? Or do I just, for the greater good of me in my life, do I just let that go? And do I know how to weigh out the good and the bad? They said, somebody else said that, they, at the end of the day, people will remember your one no over your 50 yeses. You have to kind of weigh that out. Are you going to trash somebody over a couple of no's and they done gave you 200 yeses? You got to think about that. So in terms of Anna and Andre, she probably gave him 200 yeses and 3 no's, and he focused on the 3 no's versus the 200 yeses. And so I encourage people to think about that before you go trashing someone in this situation, right? Come on now, a small loss is worth a big win. That part right there. Take the hit. Go ahead. What did you want to say?
She's Anna Wintour, unfortunately, she's a gatekeeper in that. She's a gatekeeper in fashion. And like you just said, you hit the hammer on the nail with that one. And just in general, like it wouldn't be wise, even if the situation at your last job, ladies and gentlemen, was really, really bad. We all know, no matter what industry you work in, no job is perfect. Just in the moving on process, it's just not wise to just like bash your last employer, like Diva said. And she's a gatekeeper, meaning she's a gatekeeper in fashion, meaning anybody that's on the trek of getting into the fashion industry and you are fortunate to break through, you're going to have to cross her on that path. She's a gatekeeper. And unfortunately, when it comes to gatekeepers, she has what it takes to lock you out of that industry. So Rest in peace, Andre Leon Talley. He was amazing. He was amazing. Above the book and everything, bashing her, he was amazing in fashion. Amazing black man in fashion. So rest
Definitely.
in peace.
And here's the thing, you know, I'm not saying, I see your comment, Nika. I hear you. I'm not saying she was the great white hope, but I'm not saying she was all 100% the devil either. She was good to him. I know inside people with this. She was good to him. She was good to him. And so and he got mad over the small pieces of what he didn't like. There's no perfect person in this world. I've never met one, including myself. We all fall short. We all have errors. But like I said, when you got somebody who is giving you 200 yeses and you're going to cry over the 3 no's, you got to check yourself. You got to check yourself. You got to say to yourself, okay, what's really going on here? Over 3 no's, I'm going to lose it. But they gave me 200 yeses. They put me into place. She was his side-by-side person. Everything he knew, he kind of learned from her in the industry. And you see how he thought he thought she did him bad, but when he went to that job that they tossed him out in 2.2 seconds, he saw what bad really was. Go ahead. Did you want to say something before I move on?
Oh no, you good. I'm good.
Okay. TM Kristen, that is one of my favorite movies. Favorite movies. I love that. I could watch that thing 10 times in a row. Let me also say this too. They said, you know, diamonds are made, like you got to do pressure to make diamonds. I will say this. I'm not in agreement with, you know, these coaches who want to beat the athlete down and all of that. But I will also say this. People that have achieved greatness to the levels of, like, you know, a Beyonce, a Michael Jackson, or something like that, it didn't come without pressure. It didn't come without pressure. You don't get on stage and know how to do all this stuff, and you haven't been hours and hours and hours and hours of rehearsal. But we'll move forward. Like I said, if you caught Naomi's end message was she had to go back and acknowledge, but you gave me a chance, and you are the queen of fashion. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna show really quickly this feel-good story. This young lady who started this restaurant, what is it called? Slutty Vegan. If you go look into her story, it's a really good story of how if you stick in there and believe in yourself, you can turn your one little thought or idea into something amazing. Let's just look at this.
You say you're trying to eat less meat? Faith Saley knows just the place.
Let's go. Thank you.
When you step inside this Atlanta-based restaurant, the greeting might catch you off guard.
Hey, sluts.
Yeah, you'll hear that word a lot.
When people come here and they don't quite get it, how do you explain it to them?
They know that we're going to call you a slut. And by slut, I mean it's a term of endearment, right? I mean that in the most respectful way.
We got the biggest slut K out the building.
They know that we are going to have a party with you, dance with you. So when they get here, they're not necessarily just coming for the food. They're coming for the experience.
Possibly, you get a picture?
Absolutely.
35-year-old Pinky Cole is the founder of the plant-based fast food chain Slutty Vegan, which she started in 2018.
I've merged the two most pleasurable experiences in life, and that's sex and that's food.
Yeah.
But then once you start peeling back the layer, you realize there's a pure intention and a mission-driven movement behind it all.
That mission, she says, is to change the conversation around vegan food by making what she calls vegan comfort food more mainstream and accessible.
One, you're saving the planet, right? You're helping the carbon footprint. You're saving the animals. This is the first step to changing your consciousness about the food that you consume.
Is this like a gateway into veganism?
It really challenges the narrative that you cannot have good vegan food.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yes, you can.
While 5% of the US population is either vegan or vegetarian, Pinky hopes that her signature burgers, with racy names like Menage a Trois and One Night Stand, will win over meat eaters, who currently make up about 70% of her customers.
You cannot believe that it's vegan, that it's plant-based.
You
No,
keep
you
talk-
can't
you
eat
keep
all
talking.
Okay, so eat one more bite and then we got to go to the next because you got to taste everything.
But the taste of success came with a side of uncertainty back when she was Aisha Cole growing up in Baltimore.
The day that I was born, my father was sentenced to 30 years in prison. By society standards, I'm not supposed to be here. I grew up in a single parent household. I got kicked out of high school. Like, I am not supposed to be what you see.
Her new book chronicles her improbable rise, how her first restaurant burned down and she had to start from scratch in a food truck. But her luck changed when that food truck fed a famous customer and created a viral sensation.
We went and fed Snoop Dogg, and the rest was history.
Last month, she served up some hard-earned wisdom at her alma mater, Clark Atlanta University.
It is okay to fail because failing is not failing at all. It's finding the aspiration in the losses. Got it?
Where she'd previously paid off the tuition debt of 30 students.
I am now becoming the person that is giving opportunity instead of begging for one, you know? And to be able to say that is big.
This fall, she made the Time 100 Next list. By her side is husband Derek Hayes, who happens to be the founder and CEO of Big Dave's Cheesesteaks.
The irony, right? Like, these two things aren't supposed to go together.
But that's what's good about it, because we show you from two different lenses, two different outlooks of the way we do foods, and I think that's what makes it magical.
And she recently brought that magic to Baltimore, her hometown, to announce a new restaurant, her 14th and counting.
Are there any doctors in the audience? Just in case I go into labor.
Pinky Cole says she lives by the motto, lift as you climb. And she's doing just that, one sloppy bite at a time.
You like that one night stand?
I'm aligned with my purpose when I'm eating.
You are aligned with your purpose.
No.
My
My
God.
type of language. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I like to show stories like that because look at her beginnings. And they say, I think it's the same where it doesn't matter where you begin, but it matters, you know, where you end up. So it wasn't, you know, the most perfect beginning, but she still did what she had to do and she never gave up. One restaurant burnt down. She started over again. I'm proud of her, happy for her. She's really building an empire, and for her to pay off 30, students, like for them to go to school is just a beautiful thing. Listen, guys, y'all know the routine. I always appreciate y'all being here and spending your time with me. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. On our panel, we may be having some announcements soon, Wayne and Katrina, but anyway, when they're ready, we'll have some announcements soon with that. Mr. Hobson, it's always great when you drop by. Drop your channel in the chat there so that people can go over to your channel, like and subscribe, and show you some love. Okay, so appreciate y'all. Listen, good night and goodbye, everybody.
Good night.